The Dayan Dirk Monastery once again rises above the Ur River deep in northern Mongolia's Zurleg, or Wild District. It was one of hundreds of monasteries destroyed in the 1930s as the Soviet Union effectively curtailed Buddhism here. But since the fall of the Soviet Union, Mongolia has been rediscovering its strong religious heritage. Scores of ancient monasteries have been restored across this vast nomadic nation. Completed last year, the Dayan Dirk Monastery is looked after by an old caretaker named Rasha.
I used to come to the monastery to pray as a child. I remember when the monks who worked there were rounded up and executed.
Mass graves uncovered in recent years illuminate the grim fate that befell thousands of Buddhist monks. 83-year-old Norov, who lives downstream from Dayan Dirk, recalls how her uncle, a monk, fled on horseback. But he was never seen again and probably killed.
People used to hide prayer wheels and religious texts in their homes and practice their faith in secret. Now it gives me great joy to see the monastery back.
Hundreds of miles away, at the Gandan Tegchinling Monastery in the capital Ulaanbaatar, young boys immerse themselves in Buddhist teachings. Among them are 6 young lamas-to-be from the Wild District, being groomed to take over the Dayan Dirk Monastery. The oldest is 26-year-old Seren Ochir.
I decided to be a lama in 1998 because I wanted to dedicate myself to help the local people and to dedicate myself to all the animals in the world.
16-year-old Gantugs is an orphan. He says he used to practice chanting at home when he was a little kid.
One day I saw an advertisement to take a test to become a new lama at Dayan Dirk. I asked my grandfather for permission, and he said yes.
Tibetan Buddhism, also known as Lamaism, arrived from Tibet in the 13th century. Around the same time, Genghis Khan began his conquest of the Mongolian Empire. In the following centuries, hundreds of monasteries were built throughout Mongolia. But after the purges, only one official Buddhist institution was left functioning, Gandan Tegchinling. The Vice Khamba Lama Amgalan is one of the top officials of the monastery.
During the 70 years of socialism in the country, many Mongolians lost their traditions, but that is changing with the revival of the faith in the country.
Financial support for the rebuilding has come from international Buddhist institutions and local Mongols. But the Dayan Dirk Monastery was financed by the Taimen Conservation Fund, a nonprofit organization that works with Buddhist leaders to help protect the taimen, the largest trout in the world, which swims in the river below the monastery. David Gilroy is an American graduate student who's part of a 5-year initiative studying the taimen.
The Buddhist leadership also is trying to regain sort of an active community after 80 years of sort of enforced atheism in the socialist Mongolia. And so this is a chance where they can partner with an international group and the development of the Dayan Dirk Monastery, and with the help of the Tributary Fund and the Taimen Conservation Fund, was able to reconstruct what was lost in the late 1930s.
Rasha promises to protect the Dayan Dirk Monastery until the young lamas arrive. In the meantime, he says people are welcome to once again come and practice their faith at this sacred ground.